start with an easy question, Martin. Why leave Darlington after so long to come to York City?
It's the right time. It's the right time in my career. The opportunity with a club of this size and the fan base that I have here is something very, very special, and the challenge that I have in front of me is exactly what I need at this moment in time.
Clearly the same league as Darlington. You were here with Darlington just a matter of weeks ago, but you feel this is a bigger club, a more realistic chance of making that step up?
It's a Football League club, this, and our job, myself and Dave, is to take this club back to the Football League, and we've been given a great opportunity from the chairman, and you know, we've got one thing in mind, that's this season is to get a promotion.
How much convincing did it take for you to leave Darlington? Because it must have been pulling on you a little bit. Should I go? Should I stay? Because you've had such a great connection with that football club.
Like everything in life, you can go so far with certain things, and when opportunities come along, you know, it didn't take any convincing. It was the right thing to do, and this is why we're here today.
You see York City 7th. I don't know how many times you've seen them this season, as well as obviously the Darlington game. What have you made of their season so far?
There's some good players there, but we need to improve it. It's as simple as that. But you know, they're in a healthy position. But you know, there's room for improvement. We've worked with the players this morning, which has been great, and straight away we've identified certain aspects that we need to improve.
Are you able to tell us what they are?
No. I think, you know, it's one thing that within the group that we work very, very closely. But you know, we work as hard with the players on the training ground. You know, the players have been this week an awful lot for us to get to know each other, but equally to understand that, you know, we need to improve the fitness levels within the building.
Looking at the players, watching them on a week by week basis as we have done, they seem to be low on confidence at the minute. Did you pick that up this morning?
Well, I think when a new manager comes in, they give you everything done there, so there's probably quite a little bit of nervousness from certain players, but you know, it's our job. Myself, you know, I've got Dave with me, who's got a vast of experience as well, and we've got to make sure that together we work very, very hard on just getting that confidence. That maybe it's one or two starting to question themselves, but you know, the club's in a real healthy position as in the league table. But you know, we've got a great way to prepare the team now for Brackley.
It's a relatively small squad as well. I think every player that Gary's had available to him has been on the bench most weeks. Are you looking to bring in reinforcements, and how quickly will you be doing that?
Straight away, yeah. You know, we've identified certain positions that we're looking to strengthen, and we'll be working very, very hard this week to try and get you know, 1 or 2 or 3 players in for the weekend. Would
you be looking at bringing some players with you from Darlington?
As I said to you, we'll be looking, you know, at various clubs. So you know, it's you know, I understand the league very, very well. The league above as well. You know, we're looking to improve this club, and to improve this club, we need to bring in the right players to take it go forward again.
And you brought in Dave to be your assistant. You've worked together as well, haven't you, in the past? What makes you think this will be a successful era for both of you and for York City?
He's a Yorkshireman. He understands what the club, what the community is about, what the city's about, and I think that's very, very important. And you know, the community and the fans. One thing that we had at Darlington was the 12th man. Well, they've got 3,000 fans plus here, and that is a massive piece of armour for any manager to have in your locker.
Do you think there's an increased expectancy as well at York City because of the size of the club and the fact that everyone, as you say, thinks of them as a football league club? There's going to be increased pressure on you.
Every game's a cup final for the majority of teams that play here. So you know, you go a goal down, you know, it becomes very, very difficult because you know, the mentality is if you beat York, you've won it. That's your achievement for the season. So players probably have to learn that very, very quickly, that we've got to start games well and get on the front foot. But equally that, you know, you're going to be up against these expectations at this level of football.
I've come across to you, Dave.
Yeah, sure.
Give me your reasons for coming to York City. And tell us about your job description.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a different role than what I'm used to, and so first and foremost is just to come in, have an overview of the club, see what it's all about, see where we can improve it, obviously help Martin, mentor Martin, use the experience that I've got across as a player, as a manager, as a coach, as assistant manager, scouting, all the little bits and bobs that go together that quite haven't been done right, need to be looked at and refreshed, put a different approach, and hopefully we can get this club going forward. As Martin said though, the first important thing is points. We need to get points. That's what the game is about, 3 points on Saturday. Nothing else really matters as long as you get 3 points. But we'll try and put some things. I'll have a look during the time in the afternoons, and sit down with various people at the clubs in various departments, and see if we can improve all areas, and that little 1-2% here and 1-2% there quickly add up to a little bit more, and hopefully we can get it going forward.
Do you think there's a lot that needs improving on? Because you know City have obviously been on this downward trajectory for so long. It looks quite difficult to me how you can suddenly turn that round and get it going upwards again.
Well, obviously that's the reason we've come in, is to have a fresh look at a different set of eyes that's not been in the building for a bit, and been in good football clubs and in good structures, and see what a good football club looks like, and try and get those in place here. You know, we're full time. We've got everything in place that the chairman's put in that we can do. Jackie's got that side of it going. I will look after the football side of it, and try and improve every department that's here. And like I said, then 1 or 2% they'll add up, and make it easier for Martin to just go out and coach and do the tactics. Again, he'll have the final say on players. I'll put players to him, and I'll question him on different things. But he's his own man, and hopefully he'll pick the right tactics, the right players that we get in. He will have the last say on the players. Nobody's going to bring in a player that Martin doesn't want, and we'll try and improve every little bit.
So as long as there is money available from above, there'll be no interference from Jackie McNamara or anybody. You two will have the final say on players.
Yeah, for sure. I think people get the misconception of the way that this club's run. If I'm to be honest, I've come in from afresh, and we've sat down, and Jackie looks after the football club. 100% is a chief exec. That's his job. Every football club's got a chief exec. Now I've come in to run the football side of it, look through a different set of eyes, if you like, identify where we need, whether it's the training ground needs redeveloping or changing, or any little thing like that I can make better and make it easier for Martin.
And what is success for this football club this season? Is it just about promotion?
We've got to go for that, yeah. I think you know, it shouldn't be in this level. As this time last year, we were hanging in by the skin of our teeth at Guiseley. So obviously that major disappointment. You've got to get over that, and you've got to get the cycle going back up the way. It's been going down for too long now, so you've got to get it back up the way, and hopefully, you know, build on confidence, build a team, get confidence, get him playing at a high tempo, and give the fans something to shout about.
And this is the first time I've met both of you. You both generally seem really excited about this opportunity.
Yeah, well, Martin's probably known me 10 years now. Well, we worked together probably 10 years ago. We played against each other before that. So I've gone into Darlington, and Martin's the first lad there. He's got great work ethic. He's got great ideas on football, so it's quite easy for me to bring him alongside me at Darlington. And it went ever so well. We should have got out of the League Two, but we got put into administration, which is another story. And then obviously worked that well out to Oldham, and Martin came with me. He's gone and done great at Darlington as a manager in his own right, and had 3 promotions. Should have been in the playoffs last season, other than the grounds not being right for the club. And I think if Martin, truth be told, I think that kicked him in a bad area, shall we say. And this football club can get back up to the next level and the next level again. So it gives us something to work with. Probably looking from the outside, took Darlington as far as he could in terms of infrastructure, in terms of budget, and this gives him a chance to get him to the next level and manage at the next level.
I'll come back to you, Martin. You say you're looking to bring in 3 or 4 new faces, hopefully before the weekend. Do you think there is the nucleus, though, of a decent squad already at this football club?
100%. I think that, you know, again, going back 6 weeks ago, I thought York City were outstanding first half against Darlington, and another day it could have been 3 or 4-0 down half time if it wasn't for certain areas of stopping the ball going in the net. So you know, and they've had some great results. You know, they gone to Salford only 2 weeks ago in the FA Cup. So you know, there's a real good base of a strong foundation in place. But like everything, we've got to keep improving things. You know, we are where we are today, and there's one thing for sure, that you know, I'll get every little bit of energy out of every player, because that's how I work.
If you speak to anyone around this club, they'll say that maybe the expectancy on the players has got to them mentally, and they've struggled to adjust, and they get put under a lot of pressure here by the supporters at Bootham Crescent. Does your job this week revolve on not what happens just on the training pitch, but getting them right mentally for the pressures ahead?
As a professional, you've got to cope with the pressures. You know, that's your job, my job, and you're judged on that. But equally, you know, you've got to, you know, some players are a little bit more sensitive than others, and between the two of us, we'll very, very quickly identify who needs a cuddle and who needs a little bit of a nudge. But as a group, you know, there's a real good, strong structure within that training ground there, and with just you know, 2 or 3 small additions, hopefully that'll give us a real edge that we're missing at this moment in time.
Great, good luck. Thank you.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
How pleased are you, Martin, to have Dave here as well? And has he been a mentor in terms of management for yourself?
Massive. You know, we've worked with each other for a long time. We fall out, we don't agree with each other, which is important. You know, and he knows how I work, I know how he works. There's one thing for sure, the work ethic from 2 people is immense, and I wouldn't have asked Dave to come with me if it wasn't for that. And the reason I've stuck with him the other way around is because how we've worked so well together, and that's what this place needs now. It really needs some real hunger, desire, turn a few stones over that haven't been turned over, you know, and some truths to come out as well.
Yeah. What other managers have influenced you in terms of your style? Am I right in thinking you worked with Dennis Smith, who was also a big man here, and Malcolm Crosby in the past?
Fantastic, Den. You know, he was the man that took me out of non-league football at 19-year-old, and took me to Oxford with him, and Malcolm. You know, the two of them. But you know, what I've learned from them two people. Viv Busby was a great manager of people at the time at Sunderland as a kid coming through. So I've been very lucky, and you know, alongside Peter Reid as a player, Terry Butcher. So there's vast managers I've worked under. You learn bits from them, and you put your own bits on top of that.
Yeah. Is there a particular formation style of play you like to favour as well?
I think people know at Darlington I was very much a very attacking team. You know, I build the club on trying to keep clean sheets, but equally, you know, we've always done well in a 4-4-2 formation. That doesn't mean to say that we're going to go that way. If we've got the right personnel to play other formations, we'll look at that. You know, sometimes you have to adapt in certain games, but you know, we've got to get some energy back in the team, some belief back in the team, and to do that, we've got to be in the front foot and take our game to the teams.
Yeah, the previous manager Gary Mills was quite against 4-4-2 as a system, but you still see a value in it in the modern game.
It's what works for the team, isn't it? And getting the best out of the personnel, and you know, and that's it's important that the players understand the roles, whatever formation you play. Formations only go so far. It's about what them players do, and I think, you know, we don't want to get bogged down on styles of playing formations. At the end of the day, it's getting the best out of the players.
A couple of players on the transfer list as well. Do they now come off that one? One, Aidan Connolly was at his own request, and the other was Ben Clapson. But is it a fresh start for those types now?
It's a fresh start for everybody in the football club today, and the players have been told that this morning, and you'll be judged on what you do on the training ground. If you work hard, you get a chance. If you don't work hard, then you'll be moved on. And that's how I work. You know, I'll hold no punches back. I want everything from Monday to Friday, which will reflect on the Saturday. And I always say, train as you play. And as I say, we've had a good session today. We're looking forward to getting back to the training ground tomorrow and putting a lot of work in this week with the players to get them ready for the weekend.
Yeah.